Hey there, Colin here from Tango, here to give you a quick demo of our AI-powered CRM admin. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to start off in the shoes of a salesperson, someone who's using the automation feature that we've built. And if I'm a sales rep, I often love selling, but I often also hate updating the CRM. It takes me away from talking to customers, closing deals, just feels like busy work. So I'm going to use Tango to help me just update the CRM basically for me. So this is a contact, and none of this data is real. This is our sandbox account. Betty Bear, she's a VP of administration at a bank. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to create a deal because I had a conversation with her and she's a qualified opportunity. So let's get to it. I'm going to open the Tango extension and there's the create a deal workflow. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And I'm going to click on Run Automation. And now, first thing that Tango is going to do is it's going to look through all of the data that's available on this screen. And there's actually a call transcript right here that has all of the last call that I had with this Betty character. And you can see that Tango has gotten the deal title. We want her name and her primary use case, her need, her authority, budget not discussed, okay? Deal amount 20,000 and timing, yeah, looks good. Let's create this deal. I'm gonna click continue and now you'll see that there's a purple arrow on the screen and my hands are off the computer. I'm not doing anything. Tango is taking control, using the data from my call and inputting it right into HubSpot so I don't have to copy and paste, I don't have to reference a bunch of things. I already did the hard work of talking to Betty and getting her on the phone. I just want what I did in HubSpot. So you can actually see now it says enter qualification notes. Input must address unqualified band fields. And so this rule, it looks like it's telling me that I need to reference why I'm creating a deal, but she doesn't have any budget. So I'm just as to show you for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to reference budget. I'm just saying Betty was super nice. I think it's going to work. And we'll check input. And great. This is exactly what we want. RevOps folks, CROs don't want notes like this. They want to say, hey, Betty doesn't have a budget. Why are you still creating a deal? So let's clear this and let's try again. We'll say Betty's budget is being discussed with our CEO. She's a friend of the company. Great, let's check the input. It references the unqualified field and great, we're now to move. And then you'll also notice the purple arrow is gone and we've got an orange little guide here that says click on create. So I'm going to show you how to make this automation right after this, but the one thing I want to call out is you can control which steps are automated and which steps are manual. So in this case, whenever we have a sales rep creating a deal, we want to, fill out all the information for them, but put the human in the loop and allow them to say, yes, all of this information looks good, and I do want to create the deal. And that's it. That's the automation. So that's it from the sales perspective. Now I'm going to put my shoes in, or put my feet in the shoes of a RevOps person and show you how I made this automation. So now that you've seen how an automation is run, let's see how to actually build this automation. So first, I'm on this contact record page. I'm just going to click on the Tango extension, click on Start Capture, and then AI Automation. Now Tango is capturing all that I'm doing, and it's also going to be instructed to pull in data from the browser page that I'm on. I'm going to click on Activities because that's where the call transcript lives. And then I'm going to tell Tango to extract data from this page. And I can extract all different types of data, but for this use case, let's just pull in the deal name, and let's say the contact name plus their primary use case. And then I'll add another and we'll do budget, start with yes or no, and add some context. Pretty simple prompts. Let's go ahead and hit extract and see how Tango does with this example. Betty Bear's addressing inconsistent financial records and she doesn't have budget. Perfect. And if you remember in the automation we ran, there were like 7 or 8 of these. You can add a lot. And we also have a template library too, if you're looking for inspiration. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Values. And now I'm going to continue through this process. So I'm going to click on Add Deal. I'm going to now enter the deal name that we pulled earlier. I'm going to type in a double curly bracket and then type in the deal name. And then we were going to go to budget and we'll enter budget context. I'm going to type in filler text here for now, and then I'm going to click on create. Cool. That's basically all the steps. It's a very abridged version of the automation we ran earlier. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on done. And there are two things, now that we've captured this automation, there are two things that I wanted to show you real quick before we wrap up. The first one is ensuring that a step, in this instance, this click on create, the last and arguably the most important step, we actually don't want this to be automated. We want this to be a manual step so that a human has to review the information and they themselves are the ones that have to click on this create button. And then the second thing is we added this qualification notes field, and that's a field we want to set as manual as well, but we want it filled out when a rep is trying to create a deal, but they haven't really qualified it, so they need to explain why. So I'm going to click on set a rule, and I'm going to say, hey, if budget context starts with no, then we'll say qualification notes must explain why they are creating the deal and reference the budget. So let's check the rule. And let's see, Tango says this isn't totally clear. So they're going to use suggest a modification to the rule. So I think that's a great suggestion, and let's test it out. So if a rep says, hey, there's no budget, but they were really nice, I'm going to click validate, and it should be rejected. But instead, if they say budget is coming in 2 weeks from CFO, it should be accepted. Great. So that's our rules. And now this automation is ready to roll. Thanks for watching this demo. And if you're interested in learning more, get in touch with our enterprise team. Thanks for watching.